Hello everyone, how's everyone doing? You guys doing good too? I'm doing good too. So let's get on today's video session. So today we're going to be continuing with the Panasonic games console. But what are we talking about? You have to just wait after this. Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Oz Cap Song. Sonic Mega Collection. On the Nintendo Gamecube. So welcome to my drive on the Panasonic Q Games console, the most amazing gaming system. Let me talk about the water. You can get this game on its own, so yeah, check it out. One of the best. You know, let me say the Mega Drive Sonic Mix. Get it now. Yeah. Okay, so that was amazing, wasn't it? Amazing music from Sonic 3 Knuckles on the Nintendo Gamecube. Now, if you've been watching a lot of the videos on YouTube, they will say the Panasonic Q is the most amazing games console. Now, that's not actually telling you anything. What do they mean is the most amazing games console? I mean, are they on about the features and the multimedia from Panasonic? Or the Nintendo GameCube games in there? Even both of them put together from Panasonic Nintendo, it's not telling you anything, really, is it? It looks really, really confusing. What are they actually trying to say here? Because if they are mentioning this system because it's the most amazing games console, because of the way Panasonic made the system, yeah, you know, giving us the color and all the stuff you can see on the front is different to any games console you ever seen before. But I fail to understand, because like if you're just mentioning this system as a most amazing games console, and these, stuff on the console we can see, they're just from Panasonic, aren't they, really? And then that's excluding the Nintendo GameCube games. That's got nothing to do with it, really, because it seems to me the way they are saying that this is the most amazing games console, you can't just say a system's the most amazing gaming system just because it's based on multimedia technology, isn't it? I don't think that would be the way to go forward in any games console. Because if we look at this system properly, what was going on? Because originally I'm gonna be showing you a lot of pictures, and we're gonna go step by step. Why I would say this is the most amazing games console. The way I think in a different way. I don't like the way they're saying it's the most amazing system, and you know, the favorite system. No, I don't think it should be like that. Because the point is that when we had the original Nintendo GameCube console, yeah, that system was just a simple cube-shaped design. There was nothing amazing to the system. It looked nice, it looked portable, I suppose. and there's a light at the top here, and there's nothing else on there. And the biggest problem of the Nintendo GameCube was that there was no DVD playback in there. You couldn't do any of, you couldn't play your movies, and for audio CDs, you couldn't listen to your music CDs. You couldn't do any of that on that system. And that's why Nintendo went to Panasonic to release this thing called Panasonic Q Games Console. Okay? Now, Panasonic Q Games Console is very different to any games console we ever seen, yeah? Because you're never gonna ever get a games console with original color in silver and the features we can see on the system straight away. Yeah, because like when we look at the system, it's completely different to anything we've seen before. Now, this system is based on two companies, all right? Panasonic and Nintendo. Now we need to see if this system really is the most amazing games console ever made. Yeah. The way a lot of people are saying that, they're just saying that because of, you know, the way the system looks when we look at it from the front. Yeah. I'm gonna go through all that. In what perspective they're saying this most amazing system. This can be only understandable if I show you some images on it. Without that, you won't have to understand that, because it's quite difficult. How is it the most amazing system? Here we go. So we're gonna get started, okay? Now I'm gonna come up with this first image. Now take a look at this first image. Look at this system one. Now, right now, front of your eyes, it looks the most amazing games console ever made. They're looking at it like this, okay? At the front, they're just looking at what Panasonic has just given us. They're excluding the Nintendo GameCube out of there, okay? Now, I don't really like that. Okay? I don't really like that, what they're on about. It's not good, what they're saying. So let me just get that right, because I think some words are getting hidden. It's still not right, is it? Because it's weird. Nobody else had it. Right. Now, from here, the whole system is in silver. Yeah? This is a big bonus when it comes into color. Because I don't think there's any games console out there. When they release their systems, they don't be in silver. Have you ever seen a system that they release from any brand that will be in silver? No, you wouldn't get one. Well, this one is. Now, this is a very nice color to choose because it's very shiny indeed. Okay. Now, this round curved thing is really good thing. These two. Can you see what I'm doing? These two side things, yeah? One there and one here, yeah? These are the two handles that you can carry with your both hands. Makes it easy to carry, I suppose, if you want to carry like that. It's much, much better. Now, here, that you will never get in any games console. I'm going to go in every order, yeah? You hardly wouldn't get two handles on any machine to use on both hands. This is the LCD display, which you'll never find on any games console. No way, you'll never get that. Usually, when you put it on, it will say DVD/CD on there. But what they've done here, they selected the gaming mode, and it's written here Gamecube on there. It's really good, guys. Look, it looks really nice, because it even tells you that you're on the Gamecube mode. It's very, very good. Okay. There are a lot of buttons here on the side. We just won't go through that. Here is the DVD tray, which the original Nintendo GameCube didn't have, for DVD and all that, and all the series. This system has that, okay? Of course, it says Panasonic here, okay? And this whole of this silver thing, yeah, on the front where you can see is a mirror faceplate, okay? Here it says Panasonic DVD Game Player. Very nice name. That's what this console's name is, really. It's a Panasonic DVD Game Player. This whole silver thing is a mirror faceplate. Anything you put in front of it, you'll be able to see it. It's amazing. Now these, it's all already labeled for you. Power. This button is the power. Okay, now this is so important on this machine. I mean, there's so much going on here from these buttons on to left and right. Now the first one is power. What that does, it just puts the power on the system. Okay, so it could come on and off. Yeah, that's what that is. Dialogue enhancer, which is this one. Now the dialogue enhancer puts some dialogues for your movies at the bottom, so you can see the dialogues on there. There's so many features to this dialogue enhancer. If you do a bit of research, you'll find more information about this. Cinema. Yeah. Now this cinema is like modes. Okay? It's like modes. You know, like you're like in a cinema. You'll get a screen, yeah, which is this button. So this was a dialogue enhancer over here. This is the cinema over here. It will give you a cinema mode on screen, like you're watching a movie in the cinema. This is a really, really good mode. So yeah, game reset. So obviously, if you got a game, you can reset your game on there. It's like the original Nintendo GameCube. Here, which is that one here? Game reset. Disc tray, which is this long thing, which says DVD. The disc tray. It's a disc tray which accepts GameCube, DVD, audio CD. These discs will go in this drive, yeah? Obviously, you probably know about drives. This drive has two circles on there. The small one is for Nintendo GameCube, and the big one is for the DVD and audio CDs. Here is an open close, which is this button. When you press this button, the tray will open close. Surround. This button, when you press it, will give you surround sound. Surround sound means that you will be surrounded with all the sounds that you have. Usually you have these speakers, right? You have about these 3-4 speakers, don't you, to give you surround sounds. So that's what this thing is. But this just gives you one button. Not really. Here is the same thing with the surround. I'll tell you more about that, yeah? Surround sounds here. Bass Plus. When you press this button, you get added bass to everything really. Your games, DVD, audio, for everything. The bass is an amazing thing to have on this system. It's really good. You try it out if that actually works. Now the game mode, when you press that, yeah, it goes into this GameCube mode. Okay? That's what it does. Now controller ports. This is the same thing was on the original Nintendo GameCube. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's even got the dots, look. Like if you're on port 1, it's 1 dot, port 2, 2 dots, port 3, 3 dots, port 4, 4 dots. It's amazing. Now when you go on the GameCube mode, right, these 4 controller ports, can you see? It will be blue LED light around these circles. It's amazing, guys, isn't it? That's a really, really amazing for gamers, because like when you're gonna go on the GameCube mode, you're gonna have blue LED lights on each of these circles. Look, it does that. It looks amazing. It might not look that amazing on here, but when you turn it up, you know what? 2 things that stand out on this machine, yeah. It's this LCD display and these 4 controller ports. It's just really amazing. This is a big bonus, right, about this system. And here, down here, which says memory card slots N, B, they're around here, yeah? Down here. One there, one there. You can put your 2 memory cards in there, yeah? Just like the original Nintendo GameCube. So you can see there's so much going on there. And at the bottom, there's these studs here. Sports, which are longer than the original Nintendo GameCube. Makes it lift a bit higher though. Okay, it's just made in that way. So I think it looks much cooler the way it's done like that. Yeah, because obviously the system's big. It needs these to be big as well, innit? It needs to stand out on this system. Panasonic Nintendo GameCube, yeah, and Dolby Digital down here. So now we know from the front of this machine, it's fully featured packed, isn't it? Now, putting all these modes made this system really expensive. Now, looking at the front of the system, it does make it the most amazing games console. It actually does, doesn't it? Now, when we look at in terms of the features that are given by Panasonic, it definitely really is the most amazing system when we look from the front. Yeah, but we need to see it on the back as well, yeah? Okay. Back on there, yeah? Now, before we continue any further, actually we are going to continue, but this one, I'm going to leave that bit small for a while, just after this. This is the Panasonic Q review at the back. There's so much going on the back as well. Amazing. Nice. Nice, isn't it? Cool. Now the rear apart, yeah? Okay, where are we now? Okay. This is directly from Panasonic DVD/Game Player. We're going to record that. So this is the review of the system. I'm going to explain it because it's all in Japanese anyway. Now, this system, right, if you look carefully, yeah, now here, you can see, always look at my cursor, yeah. These are the phono sockets, yeah. There always been two colors, don't they? And look up here on the first line. There's two colors here, and there's two colors here. Before we continue, I want to say one thing. Now you see in the front of the system, that really tells you the system is most amazing system. Yeah, it does actually say that from the front. Now let's see how amazing this system is from the back, because you can't just say this is the most amazing system, and if you're not explaining even what you mean by the most amazing system, that doesn't say anything, does it really? You need to explain about it. What do you mean by the most amazing system? And that's why I watched a lot of these videos. I was quite disappointed what they're actually saying. It's like they just it's ignored really quickly. They just want to show the stuff on it. You got to actually talk about the system as well, innit? So here we go. Now here, when we have stereo speakers, you need to connect it to these two colors. One there, one there. You'll get two speakers there, yeah? If you want more additional speakers, you put the third speaker there and the fourth there. That is 4 speakers there, okay? 4 speakers. Now, this is amazing because like you could use this just phono sockets and connect speakers directly to the system. It does that. There's one thing I'll have to say to you, because if you ever seen the Panasonic hi-fi systems, yeah, you'll find 2 of these colors on there. Yeah, 2 of these. If you connect 2 of these, the back of your Panasonic hi-fi system, and you put 2 on this side as well, that same cable from the hi-fi system going through these 2, yeah, you will be able to connect it to one of your hi-fi systems. Yeah, it will do that. I have got a Panasonic hi-fi system myself. It's a pretty good one, and it's one of the best, I think, one of the best hi-fi systems from any brand. I'll tell you that something that Panasonic made, yeah. And you just connect them onto these 2, and you'll connect it to your hi-fi system. Very good. And here, this is the this is for the subwoofer, you know. You could if you got like a special kind of receiver or hi-fi using that kind of thing, you can connect the subwoofer cable into this. Yeah, it's very, very good. Here, you just connect it there. I don't know if you ever need that nowadays, but well, it's there for you. So if you need that surround sound, you can use it. Now here, okay, still continuing here. I want to say more things about this. Yeah. Now, when we talk about, when I said the hi-fi system, you could put 2 here, yeah, and maybe you don't need to use this a 3rd or 4th speaker, really. You probably don't need to do that. You only need these 2, really. Yeah, that wasn't right, actually. I'm sorry, that was wrong. very sorry about that. The information I gave you, that could not be right, really. Because when you'll be using any kind of hi-fi or a receiver, you'll be connecting the cable here. Now these two at the bottom, these audio, yeah, and this video one is for your television, okay? It's for your television. You can even use one of them SCARTs, which has phone sockets with the same colors, and you can connect that to your SCART behind your TV. You can do that as well. So there's two video inputs on this system, S video and this phone socket as well, which is called composite. A lot of people say, yeah, composite, composite, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, and that's how you do it. And down here, it's even easier than using these easier than using these two if you want. Don't want to use them, but you can use these if you want. I really prefer these two because nowadays loads of hi-fis are using these phono sockets, you know, because the Panasonic hi-fi system I bought, it's one of quite the recent ones. It was using these two. Yeah, these phono sockets. It was using these instead of this DTS. Now, some receivers, right, if you don't have this on your system, yeah, which a lot of systems are having receivers, you know, every hi-fi, yeah, every receiver's got these, yeah, they all got that, okay? But if you don't want to use that, you could use this DTS and then connect the optical cable from your receiver to this Panasonic Q Games console, and you can still get the sound out of your receiver. Yeah, so that's kind of cool as well. Okay. And here you've got a digital AV out. This was in the original Nintendo GameCube. This is the third TV out on this machine. Okay, let's clear this. One is these, so this is an audio, and then you got this one as well for video. Then you got the S video as the second one. Then you got this digital AV out as the third one. There's three on this system. So as I said, this was in the original Nintendo GameCube. If you've got that cable of Nintendo GameCube, you can connect in here, and it will work. Okay. These are very hard to get nowadays. Trust me. You know, I couldn't find them. If you could find them, they're really expensive. All right. So be careful about that. Panasonic SLGC10, yeah, that's the model. DVD/game player. And here is for your power cord. So yeah, it's pretty cool, isn't it? Pretty amazing. It seems to me the way Panasonic's labeled this, look, he's only mentioning speakers on this side, isn't it, really? Can you see? Because if you look at the DVD, CD, he's putting the optical cable. Honestly, you can still use this on your receivers and hi-fis. Yeah, so you don't need to rebuild it. Now, looking at this back of this system, there's lots going on, as I know. There's so many ports on this system. You wouldn't get these kind of ports. If you look at nowadays games console, let's be honest, you know what you're just going to get? Let's see. That's what you wouldn't get nowadays. You wouldn't get this first line of phone sockets. Nope. Would you get the second line of phone socket? Nope. Would you get this surround sound thing? Nope. Would you get S video? No. Obviously, this is a part for this composite thing. No. But would you get this DTS? Yes. You'll get that. And obviously, the TV out for your system to come on television. You only get that. And of course, this power cord connector. You only get that. So you're going to be missing out on these old ports. Yeah, 4 phono sockets. Okay, the surround sound thing has video, including this one with the video album. You wouldn't get any of this. All of this section will not be in any of these games console nowadays. You're only going to get digital out, and just this, the AV out, and that's it. You're not going to get nothing else. This system's incredible, isn't it? Now, from the front and the back, it's definitely the most amazing games console. Yeah, the most amazing games console. Yeah, it's definitely the winner there. Okay, I do have to say that. Now, if we go back onto this picture again, you probably wondering why do I want to go back to this picture again and again? But it's important to go on there. Right, so now we covered all the features, the multimedia from the front and the back. It does make it the most amazing games console. Now the next part. What do you think the next part is? Nintendo GameCube. How much knowledge do you people have on the Nintendo GameCube? It doesn't look anybody's got knowledge on Nintendo GameCube the way I'm looking at it. Nintendo GameCube owns one of the most amazing. See, the most amazing goes on this as well. Not only on the Panasonic from front and back of the system. No. It doesn't just go on that. Now, when we look at the Nintendo GameCube, and it already says GameCube on there. The GameCube, right, is the most amazing games console you'll ever buy. The reason for that is that you'll soon find out just after this. Oh yeah, man. Come on, Sonic. Keep on going through this ice cap. You need to do this. Time to find it more scared this time. Nintendo GameCube, huh? The most amazing games console. Well, how is that possible? Let's find out. Nintendo GameCube, the most amazing games console. The Nintendo GameCube has one of the most amazing Nintendo game exclusives and third-party games. It owns both sides. Now, when we look before even this system, Nintendo NES was one of the best 8-bit games console. Believe me on that. You were never ever able to touch that system with any 8-bit console. I'm not going to go through all these machines. Why is all better than? Okay, we might just do that as well. The Nintendo NES was competing against the Sega Master System. And the Sega Master System is not even comparable to the Nintendo NES, man. Now, the Nintendo NES had far more games than the Sega Master System, yeah? And they were one of the best. Now, the next system was the Super Nintendo. Oh my gosh, Super Nintendo. Who the heck can beat that? Super Nintendo, right? He was competing against the Sega Mega Drive. Let's just go even more than that. The Super Nintendo will finish off all these machines. Are you ready for this? SNK Need You AS, SNK Need You CD, Sega Mega Drive, Sega Mega Drive 32X, Sega Mega CD. It doesn't matter, it's got a CD. It doesn't matter, it's got a cutscene. It still can't compare with that. Panasonic 3DO. Oh god, a Panasonic 3DO. It's even better than that. Atari Jaguar CD. Now, how far does this machine go? I have no idea. We're not going to go more far than this here. Super Nintendo is that good. Okay? You had one of the amazing games you'll ever play on a games console, yeah? The next machine was Nintendo 64. Why did people actually ignore that? Well, we know what the reasons were. I'm not going to go through all that. Nintendo 64 was acclaimed as a legendary games console. If it's a legendary games console, then why did people not even support it so well? That's very stupid, isn't it? Now, the Nintendo 64 has much better games than Sega Saturn, Sony PlayStation, Sega Dreamcast. Yeah, it's better than all of them. The Nintendo 64 is that good. Can you see how Nintendo systems are amazing? Each lineup of consoles that Nintendo's been making, he hasn't just been making just the console designs beautifully and portably, but the actual games on each of these systems are incredible. Now, Nintendo Gamecube. Was the Nintendo Wii and Nintendo Wii U any good? Because these are the further on systems after Nintendo Gamecube. Nintendo Wii was focused on Bluetooth controllers, wasn't it? Which I don't like at all. The Wii Remote and Nunchuk. These games were just focused on dancing, exercise, party games. Now, what has Nintendo got to do with these kind of types of software? He has got nothing to do with it. He took just partnering to succeed on a games console. That's why he did it. Because he was struggling with his previous systems. That's why he did that. So he went for this idea, because how many people out there like to do dancing? This Nintendo Wii was the most boringest games console I've ever played. Yeah. And I was so surprised how it took over the Sony PS3 and Microsoft Xbox 360 with a machine like that. It was really pathetic how the idea worked. This is the Nintendo system I don't like. It's too much focused on these kind of three types of software. But there wasn't enough of Nintendo game exclusives on the system. There weren't very good ones. And the other type of the third-party games, it wasn't focused on much of these kind of games, really. It was focused on the other three things. That's what Nintendo Wii was all about. Nintendo Wii U, again, it's better than Nintendo Wii, I would say. It's got some Nintendo game exclusives on there, and some third-party games on there, but there wasn't a lot on there. You see, since Nintendo Wii U came out, the Nintendo games start disappearing. Yeah, forget about the third-party games. Let's just think about Nintendo on this. Nintendo games were going down the drain with Nintendo Wii and Nintendo Wii U. They were getting less. Yeah, there were very few games. Yeah, we're going to be talking about this whole gaming of Nintendo, what was going on. It went worse, even for Nintendo. Trust me on that. Now, finally, the Nintendo Switch. Nintendo Switch is not a home games console. No, it's not. It's more like a mobile device, which goes into a tabletop and TV. It's a handheld, isn't it, really? It's not really a proper games console, I would say. Did this system have really good games? The Nintendo Switch? Oh, blimey. Of course not. Nintendo Wii U, Nintendo Switch, they all went down from the Nintendo GameCube games. The Nintendo GameCube was the real gaming system with real games, man. There was never ever a system even produced by Nintendo like the Nintendo GameCube. Alright, each Nintendo system had their own features which was really impressive, but the games weren't there anymore. They were gone. The Nintendo GameCube was the real gaming system, and there's nothing after that. Now, when even we look at Sony Microsoft's games ain't good as the Nintendo games anyway. So if you're thinking about these Sony PlayStation 3s, PlayStation 4s, and PlayStation 5s, you can forget about it. Because even from the line of Sony PlayStations, yeah, you've got Sony PlayStation 1, I think it was the most original from the PlayStation. Sony PlayStation 2 was just full of just going from the PlayStation 1 sequels and just quantity. PlayStation 3 was more like to do with PC games and the DLC content. PlayStation 4 was doing the same thing again. The PlayStation 5 is not doing anything. It's just a damn terrible system. Then you got this Microsoft Xbox systems. What do you think about Microsoft Xbox systems? Well, when we look at the first Xbox system, yeah, it looks better than the PlayStation 2, I would say. Yeah, it's got better games, the Xbox has, than the PlayStation 2, I would say that. I would say that. Yeah. And then we got the Xbox 360. Again, it's just following the PC game trend again. Then you have the Xbox One. It's too much PC and remakes on there. Then you got this Microsoft Xbox Series X. Yeah, and what? I think Microsoft is not playing the game right. Because if Microsoft Xbox Series X is the most powerful system, they need to create games that PlayStation 5 can never make. But the problem is that the games that Xbox Series X owns, they're the same games on PlayStation 5. They both are like equal, aren't they? They both are made on the same systems. I mean, people will not buy the Microsoft Xbox Series X if the Sony PlayStation 5's got the same games. They're going to go for that instead. That can be a problem for Microsoft. Microsoft needs to create games that the PlayStation 5 can never produce. And that's where the problem of Microsoft is always been, hasn't it? It's always been like from the Xbox One, the Xbox 360, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, they kept on doing the same thing in it. All of them. I really didn't like the Xbox, what they were doing. They need to create games. The Xbox, the first one, was doing something, but it was just like under Sega, wasn't it? He was producing games, very advanced games, which were produced by Sega, wasn't it? And yeah, it was good on that side, but then after that, when the categories moved further in the system, they weren't doing anything. Now the Nintendo GameCube, trust me, is one of the greatest games console on planet Earth. With the Nintendo game exclusives and even the third-party support he had. You might think the games that the system releasing on third-party, they were less. But you gotta understand, it's not about less. It's quality, man. Everything from Nintendo and third-party was quality on the system. It was extremely quality. I mean, alone, if you look at the Nintendo game exclusives, nobody can beat them. No way. Nobody can actually beat them. They're one of the best video games I have ever seen on any games console. You wouldn't even get them on Nintendo Wii, Nintendo Wii U, Not even Nintendo Switch. Now, if you look at Nintendo Switch is keep on releasing. It's trying to release. It's been releasing also Nintendo Wii U games. It's trying to release GameCube games and Wii U games. What is that? Where are your original Switch games? You know, there's hardly no Switch games. You know, there aren't any. There hardly no Switch games there. The only game I could think of on the Switch, which is original, on top of my head, is just Super Mario Odyssey. No joke. And the rest of all the games are from Nintendo GameCube. Trust me. Because all the best video games, like Mario Kart, Zelda, you know, all these kind of games. Metroid Prime, F-Zero GX, Star Fox Assault. These are faithful to Nintendo GameCube, some of these games. Some of these games didn't come out further on these machines. Over Nintendo, did they? Because one of the biggest games that should have came on this machine was F-Zero GX. You know? It's just crazy, isn't it? Why they're not on there? I mean, if you look at quite a lot of games that didn't come on these machines, I can name you some. 1080 Avalanche, Extreme G3, F-Zero GX. Wow. Mario Kart Double Dash has been one of the best Mario Kart game I've ever played. Okay? R-Racing Evolution, which is a Ridge Racer game. Ridge Racer games have never been released ever again, to be honest. And this R-Racing Evolution is one of the best Ridge Racer games. Wave Race. All of these games didn't come again, did they? They're one of the best racing games. They're all gone. Now, if you look at it further, even like, well, let's go for the fighting games. Bleach, Bloody Roar Extreme, Capcom vs. K2EO, Dragon Ball Z Budokai games, Dragon Ball Z Sagas, Naruto, Ninja Tyson 1, 2, 3, 4. What is going on, man? One Piece, I think it's Grand Battle 3 games like that, man. Oh my gosh, what's going on? Soul Calibur 2 has been one of the best Soul Calibur games I've ever played. You know what? Even you get further Soul Calibur like 3, 4, 5, 6. They want to go to Soul Calibur 2, man. The Soul Calibur 2 still is one of the best Soul Calibur. You know, Soul Calibur 2 is still one of the best Soul Calibur game I've ever played. Super Smash Bros. Oh, how can Super Smash Bros. Going be on Nintendo Wii, Nintendo Wii U, Nintendo Switch? Okay, they've been improving on that game. It's just a one-off damn game. Then we had some shooters. Oh, I don't know what to say, man. Chaos Field, Ikaruga, Radigi. Gosh, how many more games do you want? Metroid Prime 1 and 2 Echoes, Star Soldier. You know, this is crazy. Look how many games they don't own. These were the Sony games that should have came back. I don't know why these people are buying this Nintendo Switch. It's weird. Just because the handheld is popular in Nintendo. That's why it keeps on selling. But the thing is, Nintendo GameCube is definitely one of the best games console ever developed. And this also means having Nintendo GameCube on the Panasonic Q Games console is such an interesting thing to have on the system. So it's even interesting that the Nintendo GameCube is the most amazing games console as well. Alright? So that's been covered. Now the next part, yeah? Okay, this image is a bit small, so don't worry too much. Okay. Now, this is the bottom of the Panasonic Q of the most amazing console. Now, we know what parts of this system is the most amazing games console. The front is most amazing. The back is the most amazing. The Nintendo GameCube is the most amazing. Yeah? I don't think nobody ever actually knew that. Is the bottom part the most amazing as well? Let's find out. Well, I wouldn't go that far. Now, well, it looks beautiful from the bottom. Okay? This wouldn't be the most amazing thing, I would say, really. Not really. It's just the bottom of the system. Okay? Here goes the Panasonic Q Game Boy player. Okay? This is for the broadband adapter, for the internet access. Alright? Here is the real thing that you should be looking at. You need to take this off for your Game Boy player, yeah? We need to look at this Game Boy player, picture of it. Then we will know where it will actually would go. I'm sure it will go here, alright? It will actually go here. Because this usually on the original Nintendo GameCube was for the broadband. Okay, you can just take a look at this image, yeah? Which is not really important, to be honest. So yeah, take a look. This got nothing to do with the most amazing thing anyway. No, it hasn't. This is just connectivity for your Panasonic Q Gameboy player and your broadband adapter. Okay, let's go to the next image now. See this one. Here they took all the pieces out. See, you can tell now properly that this is the only one for the Panasonic Q Game Boy player. Because when you look at the Game Boy player, it only has this port on there, doesn't it? To connect here. You gotta put it on here. It goes on here. Well, it doesn't have these two, does it? This is where the Panasonic Q Game Boy player will go. And it will connect to here. Okay? You don't need this part for your Panasonic Q Game Boy player. That's for your broadband adapter. Because these ports are made for that. Okay? So enjoy the images. Obviously, that's not the most amazing part of it all. Okay, now on to the final image. Okay, this is it. The final image, yeah, for you guys. Now this is a Panasonic SH-GB10-H Game Boy player. Now the Game Boy player here will play Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color game. It goes here. There's a cartridge slot. We went through this already in my previous video, yeah? We'll go through that. We'll play all three of these. Okay? See, this is the only connector that it is, which was at the back, wasn't it? That just needs to go in there. This is the part that needs to just go in there. That's it. And you've fitted your Game Boy player the bottom of the Panasonic Q games console. Okay? This is the box. This is the disc, which we are through, and this is the Panasonic Q Game Boy player. Is this part the most amazing as well? If you guys don't know this, the Nintendo Game Boy Advance. I don't want to be funny or something. When we look at the Nintendo Game Boy, the black and white one, yeah? That's much better than Game Gear, Links 2, and the SNK Need Your Pocket, the one in black and white. It's better than all of them. Alone. It beats all of them. The amount of games the amount of games that Nintendo Game Boy had, it was quite a lot. Then they moved on to Nintendo Game Boy Color, which was in color. It had even different games on there. It looked even better. And then it went competing against the SNK Need Your Pocket Color. Sorry, SNK, you don't cut the mustard. The Nintendo Game Boy Color is far superior. You cannot touch the thing. Now, if the Nintendo Game Boy and Nintendo Game Boy Color are better than them systems, then what's so special about Nintendo Game Boy Advance? Nintendo Game Boy Advance is one of them systems which is far better than Nintendo Game Boy and Nintendo Game Boy Color. It's very, very advanced. It's called advanced as well. It's one of the best handheld systems ever made. Oh, that's special. I already said the most amazing system is the Nintendo Gamecube. Now, does that mean the most amazing handheld is the Nintendo Game Boy Advance? Yes. Yes, it is. Even when we look at the Nintendo DS, the one with dual screen, stylus and dual screen. It doesn't matter if you got a stylus and dual screen. It's got nothing to do with it. How many games on the Nintendo DS will dual screen? Hardly not many. There are not many on it. Very, very limited. And the dual screen is just a waste of time, to be honest. And even the games on the Nintendo DS, they were nowhere near as the Nintendo Game Boy Advance. No chance. The library of games on Nintendo Game Boy Advance is far superior to Nintendo DS. Yeah. What about Nintendo 3DS? The real 3D graphics. Wow. Okay, you got that feature in there for 3D. But there were too many old games on there. Remakes. It was just full of old games, man. The system was. And the actual 3D graphics they're talking about, that whole technology was rubbish. It was rubbish. It was no good. Lots of customers didn't like it. They hated it. It wasn't good for you. It's terrible. Then they made an improved one for 3D graphics. Improved. It was too late then, isn't it? When they did that. It's far too late. There's no point doing that. And then you only had very limited games that you really want to play on there. There weren't that many games on there, to be honest. I'm not joking on that. There weren't that many games. Then you got this Nintendo Switch for a handheld. Nintendo Switch might be playing the home games consoles on a handheld mode. But how many games does a damn machine have? You know what? It's got very, very limited. If you look at the Nintendo Game Boy Advance, Nintendo Game Boy Advance has far more advanced games than Nintendo DS, Nintendo 3DS, and Nintendo Switch. It's true, It's better than all of them. So now, having a Panasonic Q Gameboy player is the most amazing add-on to buy as well. How amazing is that? That's just tremendous, isn't it? Can you believe that? Now, let's clear this once and for all. This Panasonic Q Games console is the most amazing games console. It definitely is. Has a full feature-packed and gaming system. Yeah, it is, Not just the console on its own, the way these YouTube videos been saying. They're not expressing the system properly, are they? I was so surprised to see this system to be the most amazing games console ever developed. It's just crazy, isn't it? Because, now let's just take a look at this clearly, properly. Why is this system the most amazing games console? Well, you just can't say that, oh, Panasonic Q Games console is the most amazing console I've ever seen. Well, just because of its looks and be able to feature that Panasonic? Absolutely wrong. Absolutely wrong. Now let's go through this once again. Panasonic Q Games console, the most amazing system because of its full features. You can see from the front, from the handle, the display, the buttons to the left and right, the DVD tray, the full control with blue LED light, the mirror faceplate. Wow! The most amazing games console from the front, yeah? Panasonic Q Games console, most amazing system from the back with all of these ports that you will never ever get on any games console. Definitely is the most amazing system from the back. Okay? And back onto this first image again. Panasonic Q Games console, the most amazing. Nintendo Gamecube. Nintendo Gamecube, one of the most amazing games console on the planet you ever play on your television. You won't able to get a games console like this unless Nintendo Switch brings them Nintendo GameCube exclusives on that system. If you can't do that, then still Nintendo GameCube will be the best and the most amazing games console. Okay? Now this one, of course, Panasonic Q Gameboy player is the most amazing add-on. Why? Because it has it has three of one of the best handled systems that you can play on the television. You can play on the television. What are they? Nintendo Game Boy, Nintendo Game Boy Color, and one of the most amazing handle systems. One of the most amazing handle system ever made is the Nintendo Game Boy Advance. So now you know if you bought the Panasonic Q games console with this add-on, it definitely the most amazing games console. That's how this system becomes the most amazing games console on planet Earth. Not just because it's just from Panasonic. No, no, no. That wouldn't be right. You can't just say, oh, Panasonic Q game console is the most amazing gaming system because Panasonic gave us amazing, features and multimedia. No, you can't say that. You can't just say that because of its features and multimedia, it's an amazing system. Then it's not, is it really? Because you have to look at what Nintendo was trying to give us. He wasn't giving us a multimedia system. He was giving us a this. He was giving us this. And what was that? That was a system from Panasonic and Nintendo in one games console. You gotta like the full package to like this system. Otherwise, there's no point buying this machine. You're just wasting a lot of money on it. I tell you one thing. This is the most amazing games console ever made. It is true. It is. But if you're just saying that because of Panasonic, he's just giving us this piece of multimedia, then that would be wrong. Because you need to look at the full package. As I said, Nintendo made a deal with Panasonic to put a DVD player in there. You see? That's what it's about. So what does that actually mean? So that means Panasonic is for multimedia technology and Nintendo is for the Nintendo Gamecube exclusives. And then even further, with the Panasonic Q Game Boy player, you can play Nintendo Game Boy, Nintendo Game Boy Color, Nintendo Game Boy Advance. One of the finest handhelds you'll ever buy for your money. I want to make something clear here. Nintendo GameCube is one of the best games consoles. One of the best game console. Nintendo Game Boy Advance is one of the best handheld system. Okay? These are one of the finest games consoles, but I was so surprised. You know, when you buy this Panasonic system, you get multimedia technology from Panasonic. Then you get Nintendo GameCube from Nintendo. And with the add-on, you got the Nintendo Game Boy, Nintendo Game Boy Color, Nintendo Game Boy Advance from Nintendo as well. You're getting 4 games console on this system. Amazing, man. Isn't it amazing? You're getting 4 gaming systems. None of them are handhelds now, are they? You're playing all of them on television. All of them. Remember one thing. You have to understand one thing. There are some games on Nintendo Game Boy Advance, right, that you really want to play on your television. Seriously. There's some good games on Nintendo Game Boy Advance that you want to play on television. There are some amazing games on the Nintendo GameCube that you want to play on your television. This thing is really, this thing is rocking, man. It's rocking. It's rocking, man. I'm telling you, it rocks. It really rocks. I'm telling you one thing. I don't know what to say about it. It's just one of them systems that I kept on talking on YouTube again and again. The reason I keep on mentioning this system on YouTube to people out there, because you know what? You're not gonna get a better thing than this. For multimedia and gaming technology, it's the real system for both sides, and it wins on both sides, man. How is that for a size? Isn't that amazing? I will congratulate for Nintendo because, and I will congratulate even double to Panasonic for making the Panasonic Q games console the most amazing gaming system for multimedia and gaming. Now you understand what this is all about, and this will help people even more further. So I hope you guys like my video today, and it's been quite informative, and it's given you quite a lot depth information and knowledge that what is the best handheld, Nintendo Game Boy Advance, and what's the best home games console, Nintendo GameCube. You can't beat them. Well done. So well done to Panasonic for making this possible and releasing this most amazing games console ever developed. I'll tell you one thing, the way it's made is very expensive. I do say that because alone the Panasonic Q is very expensive. But when you're going to buy the Panasonic Q Gameboy player, you'll be spending more money on it. I'll tell you one thing, yeah. I mean, usually, if you wanted to buy one of these pre-owned, I think it will be in very good condition. You will be able to get the Panasonic Q games console and Panasonic Q Gameboy player for around about for £2,500, £2,500. You should be able to pick up one for that price. Yeah, you'll get both. I think it's best to get the full package on it. Some of these packages are fully boxed. Yeah. So just look around on the, online websites and wherever you can find one. Just go on Google and just write buy, Panasonic Q Games Console. Click on the result and it will tell you where to get one from. So I hope that has been quite helpful to you today. Give your likes, comments, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye now.